What is up, everyone? Me and Mr. Hobbs are back from vacation. Hope everyone's doing well. And Hobbs definitely wants to be in the video this morning. He's going to clean my arm. He's going to make sure everything checks out, tastes right. You know, that's cool. Yeah, been out for a while. Been gone for a while. So, yeah, guess we'll just let Hobbs star in the show today. He likes his pins. He doesn't really chew on them, but he likes to rub them. Yeah, there you go. It's his world. I just live in it, so sorry I can't see anything. So yeah, we got back on Saturday afternoon. Yeah, Saturday afternoon, about 4 or 5 Eastern, something like that. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Craig. Yeah, everything was, everything was great. I mean, no delayed flights, no canceled flights. Everything was on time. And we took 6 different flights. We had 3 different rental cars, about 4 different hotels, because we went from Washington, D.C. to Los Angeles and stayed the night there. That was one flight, and stayed one night in a hotel. The next morning, caught our flight to Honolulu and stayed in a hotel for a night there, for just one night in Honolulu, before we caught another flight to the Big Island and stayed in another hotel there and got a rental car there for the first time on the Big Island. The Big Island's big, as Mr. Hobbs chews on my pen. He missed us. Mr. Hobbs missed us, missed you guys. So, yeah, and we were on the Big Island for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days or whatever it was. Stayed in the same hotel, had the same rental car. And the Big Island's awesome. Love the Big Island. Volcanoes, beaches, black sand beaches. One of my favorite things was the black sand beaches on this southern side of the Big Island with sea turtles. They had us hops. That's it. Get in, bud. I'm just stepping on, messing with my video. The black sand beaches they had a section cordoned off for turtles, and there was sea turtles just lounging there, sunning, and nobody's supposed to mess with them across the thing. So yeah, we'll pause at the black sand story and say good morning to, I said Michelle and Craig, but we got Liz, and Jonathan says, hey man, just curious how many listings you have. Main account, I try to stay right at 1,000. Second account, 250, which I'm going to take that. I've been saying for months, I'm going to take that one to 1,000, which I'm going to. I have a third account that has about 50. I have an Amazon store that has several hundred. I don't know. Yeah, a couple hundred. And I have about 300, 200, 250, I think, cross-posted on Poshmark from eBay. And I have some stuff on Etsy, but Etsy just, it's really not my cup of tea. Hey, Karen, welcome. Gina, welcome. So yeah, the black sand beaches on the Big Island were one of my favorite things, with the sea turtles. Thing about the beaches, especially on the Big Island, is they're not really swimming beaches. They're, you can surf and stuff, but they're pretty rough and they're cold. The water is so cold. The Pacific water, especially in June, was really, really cold. So maybe Maui is different. We didn't go to Maui though. We just went to Oahu and the Big Island. So yeah, the Big Island was cool. All the volcanoes, there was none active. Last year there was an eruption, 2018, but this year they're calm, they're quiet. A lot of steam vents, but no active lava flows this year, which, I mean, I guess is good, but I was actually kind of bummed. I want to see some active lava flows, but maybe we'll go back one day and see those. So, yeah, so we did everything on the Big Island. We stayed on the Hilo side, which is really quiet and calm, and just, it's my cup of tea. I like quiet. I like calm. I like not a lot of people. It's just the way I'm wired. Stayed on the Hilo side, and lots of cool things on the Hilo side. Tropical rainforest, waterfalls. It's one of the older portions of the island. It's where the King Kamehameha, that's where he was born, like the one that united all the islands. So the Kamehameha was born around Hilo. So yeah, but we went to the Kona side because the Kona side's more developed. It has a lot more stuff, more shops. They have a Costco on the Kona side of the big island, which we went. You know, we got some water there or something. They have Kona brewing companies on the Kona side. So we spent some time on the Kona side. It's a long drive over there, though. It's like an hour and a half to get from Hilo to Kona. And that's if you drive straight through the island, through the volcanoes, through the high elevations. If you go around the island, which we did one day, we went all the way around in the rental car and saw stuff. It takes a while. It took most of the day stopping and doing stuff. And hey, Chad, Reseller Rockefeller, Mo Flips, what's up, man? Haven't seen you guys in a while. Appreciate you popping in. I know I've been out for a while, so yeah. But yeah, the Big Island was nice. I'm a fan of the Big Island because it's more laid back. So we was on the Big Island for 4 or 5 days or whatever, and hopped a plane back to Honolulu, to Oahu, and we stayed in Oahu for another 3 or 4 days or whatever. And we got another rental car on Oahu because we wanted to explore Oahu. And Honolulu, I mean, it's great and everything, depending on what you want to do. But Honolulu is not my cup of tea. It's so busy. It's so crowded. There's so many tourists that it's not really my idea of a good vacation. You know, Waikiki Beach, it's cool and everything, but tons of people. So we had a rental car though, so we went to the North Shore and hung out. North Shore is way more chill. It's way. I mean, there's still people, but there's not near as many people. So we went to the North Shore a couple of days out of the time back on Oahu. And North Shore was really cool. I like the North Shore. You can watch the surfers, and then and there is sections you can swim too. Like one time I jumped in the ocean and stuff, and we were just at a state park beach. You know, it's just open to the public. You know, it's actually, we found one that's actually more of a local vibe deal, but you know, nobody's saying anything to us. They don't care. But I went down and got in the water, and it was still chilly, but you know, it was a warmer day, and my wife was like gesturing to me, and I was like, shit, I thought she was like, is there sharks in the water? What's going on? You know, but there was 2 sea turtles right beside me in the water that she could see. And I couldn't even see them. I mean, they were right there beside me. After I got out, she told me, she was like, there's 2 sea turtles right there. And sure enough, they were. I saw them surface a couple of times. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Too bad I didn't see them when I was in the water, but they were literally right beside me. So yeah, that was cool. Like I said, Oahu, Honolulu, not my cup of tea just because it's too busy, but the rest of the island's pretty cool. It's still more hustle and bustle than the Big Island though. So the Big Island's really cool. If we ever go back to Hawaii, if the volcanoes are active, I will go back to the Big Island. But when we go back, we'll probably go to Maui and go to Kauai, you know, the other small island. So it was a good time though. You know, what can you say? It's Hawaii, you know. Mo, yeah, there's a Costco on the Big Island in Kona, and there's a Costco in Honolulu. You know, so we went to the one in Honolulu too, and it's the busiest damn Costco I've ever seen in my life. The one in Honolulu, like you could barely find a parking spot. And the only reason we went is because we wanted to get a case of water, because you can get a case of water for cheap. You have to pay their nickel deposit on each bottle, but no big deal. So yeah, but it's the busiest Costco I've ever seen. And I live in Washington, D.C. Our Costco's are busy, but that one in Honolulu was nuts. So yeah. Craig, yep, they rented a house on the Kona side. Yeah. Thank you, Mo. So yeah, and then after we left Hawaii, another flight back to the mainland, we flew back to LA and got another rental car and went to San Diego for a few days, you know, the reunion thing, Marine Corps. And I met up with another friend from college, Fred, if you're watching, what's up? Met up with him. I hadn't seen him in 15 years. Went to college with him. So that was really cool because him and his wife live in the San Diego area, Del Mar. So yeah, it was fun. After that, we just went back to LA and came back home. It was long, but my wife and, you know, we've been on plenty of vacations and stuff, but you know, we're getting older and stuff, and we figured out 14 days is pretty much too long. You know, we want to keep it to from now on to about 10 days, because 14 days you start getting really worn out, like big time. Like I'm still tired. Like I'm just like, could go back to bed. But anyway, we got back on Saturday afternoon, and my niece, you know, house sat and watched the pets and all that stuff. She was here the whole time. And so I didn't get her a flight out till Monday morning, which, I dropped her off yesterday and everything fine. But we had Sunday. We went out thrifting on Sunday, took my niece, showing her some things. So we did go thrifting on Sunday. I was tired, but still went thrifting. Got some stuff, got some pretty good stuff. So we'll get into that here in a minute. Hello, Cleveland Picker. What's up? Brian, what's up, man? Thank you for everyone popping in. We got 20 watching. That's pretty good. Not as big as the big boys, but what can you do? Okay, so I got my list here. I had to make notes. I talked about the vacation, Black Sand Beach, volcanoes, North Shore, San Diego. The San Diego Zoo was awesome. I've been to a lot of zoos over my time, but the San Diego Zoo was awesome. I actually have I don't know if it'll show up on the screen, but I really wanted to go because I wanted to see the dog they pair with the cheetah. They do that. They like calms the cheetah down. It has like a companion dog, and I really wanted to see that, and I did. Here we go. Let me see here. Let me get over here so I can. Hope you guys can see that. That's me, and that's the cheetah and the dog, and they were just hanging out together, just chilling. So yeah, that was really neat. I really like that. And I'm sure all you guys on social media and I had my eBay stores on vacation mode with my handling time set out, which I had to change my business policies. eBay can make this stuff easier. I don't know why they haven't. You have to change your business policies with the store, and it was a kind of a hassle. But had my store on vacation mode where people could still buy stuff, but my handling time set out for, however long I was gone, and I didn't touch it. I thought about tinkering with it when we were on vacation, and I'm like, this is a vacation. I'm not going to work. So I didn't list anything. I didn't change anything. I didn't edit anything. I didn't do anything. And this much stuff still sold. It was about 40 items that still sold while I was gone. And that took, as soon as we got back Saturday night, I started packing stuff up and boxing stuff. And again, on Sunday, packing stuff up and boxing stuff up, because we went out thrifting on Sunday as well. So pretty good sales for being not here and not messing with stuff, not listing stuff, not editing stuff, not doing anything. So it was pretty nice. That was pretty darn nice. Of course, you guys will. I'm probably going to do my sold video this week. I am going to do my sold video this week. Release it normally on Thursday, but it's going to be all the stuff I sold while I was on vacation. So it's going to be like more than my usual 20 items or so. It's going to be like a double dose. So yeah. So it should be a good one. Brian, everyone's sales been good. Did like 650 yesterday. That's awesome, man. Mine haven't been because I haven't done anything. I just, yeah. Hopefully when I get back in the swing of things, lowering my prices, editing items like I showed in my video before I left, and listing stuff, it'll get back up there again. So yeah. What's up, Cody? How's it going? Okay. Some people have been asking about the next auction on social media. I'd hope to do one at the end of June, but I'm just not prepared, just too crazy to anything. So sometime in July, I'll figure out a date exactly, but we'll have another auction sometime in July. I did want to put out there that, well, I'll talk about that later. I don't want to, don't want to open a can of worms before I'm prepared, So, but I got a little thing I'm working on with the mystery boxes. People seem to like them. Paul, which the Gate City Picker, I haven't seen him in here. He's probably busy this morning or at work or whatever. He bought the last mystery boxes, really happy with them. So we'll talk about those at some point. Want to welcome a new patron. We have Renee, who is a new patron that signed up just yesterday. I did send out postcards. If Karen Henderson's still in here, Karen, did you get your postcard? We sent postcards to patrons from Hawaii. We were actually on the Big Island on top of the volcanoes at some little army camp, and they had a little mailbox that we put the postcards in. So I don't even know how they were post stamped, if they're post stamps from that camp, postmarked from that camp, or just a general Hawaii stamp. But Karen, if you're in here, let me know if you got your postcard and what it was postmarked as. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, all of our patrons, new patron Renee, which she didn't get a postcard because she's a new patron, but Sue Ann, BJ, Karen, and Jim. And we also sent some postcards to some other people, of course, family members and some friends. Yeah. But anyway. Okay, so I got a few other things I want to talk about, but let's look at some stuff we got yesterday. I picked these things up. I'm going to go away from the chat here so I can see my live, so I can see what I'm showing here. I picked these things up all year, and I've talked about them before. These are cast iron gingerbread molds by Jim Wright, I think his name is, or John Wright. These are from the late 80s. And these aren't a good seller right now, of course, but I got this for only $3.50. It was half off. These sell at Christmas time for $100. I sold 2 or 3 of these last year for $100 a piece, and they are cast iron. So I'll hang on to this. I got 1 or 2 others as well that I'm saving for Christmas time. But I pick these up all year, pick them up for usually under $5, and they sell for a $100 bill during Christmas time. And like I said, I've sold them for that during Christmas time. Okay. Ooh, that's heavy. It's cast iron. My wife picked this case up. This is a Lojel case. This is an older one, Lojel. Just a eBay search that name, and you'll see the comparables. And there's only a couple sold, but this one's a little bit weird. It's a different case. It's more vintagey, but it's like brand new. And we paid up a little bit for this. We got our 25% off on this one, but we paid about $15 for this. But my wife just had a gut feeling about this. There's no comps on it because of the style, but she thinks it'll do fine, and I think it will as well because it's in really good condition. Just different, you know. I'm not afraid of different. Bags. I usually try to take my IKEA bags, but I filled up the IKEA bags I took. There's 2 of them down here that's full. So no comps on this as well, but this is brand new in the box. This is a Thule system, number 576. Only paid $4.50 for this. It's kind of vintagey, but it's like it's new in the box. It's a ski rack system, and Thule's a good name brand if you know anything. But I think this will be fine. This was made in Sweden, and yeah, I think it'll be okay. I just don't know what it will bring, but we'll figure it out. So got a lot more stuff to go down there. Oh, thanks, Karen. So Karen did get the postcard. That's awesome. Appreciate that, Karen. And we did do some I forgot to grab the stuff, but we did a little bit of thrifting in Hawaii as well. We went to the Goodwills. Craig, the land shop picker, and I talked about going to the Goodwills, and we did. We went to the Goodwill in Kona and Hilo. The one in Kona, man, the parking lots are just awful to try to get a spot at because they're so compact. The Goodwill in Kona is pretty close to Costco, so we went to Costco and to Goodwill. And we didn't find much, obviously, but we found a couple things. I found a set of books. Like I said, I forgot to grab them. And I found myself actually an Eddie Bauer denim jacket that was a little bit vintage, really well made, you know, vintage Eddie Bauer, but I'm going to keep it for myself. So, yeah, and I got that for like $6 or $7. Like finding jackets in Hawaii, of all things, you know. My wife picked up a couple pair of pants that she loves. And, yeah, like I said, I found some books. Which, you know, buying books and taking them back here in your suitcase. But I did. Had room in our check bag, so I just put the books in the check bag and kept on going. Okay. So what else we got here? Bag of wrapping paper. Got this new with the tags. I've been really picky and trying to stay away from clothing, but couldn't pass this up. New with tags, Patagonia. I only got about 25% off of this one, so, you know, about $10. This is a really cool corduroy jacket. Yeah, brand new with the tags. I mean, the retail price on this is $99. I think this is really awesome. This will sell really well. Patagonia sells really, really well for me. I'm not going to speculate what it'll bring, but I think it'll do just fine. Oh, this one's really neat as well. Could not pass this up. This Green Bay Packers vintage jacket, little windbreaker. Paid, I got 25% off, so about $5 for this. Look at and I can't prove this is player issue, but it's really odd or coincidental. It has this number in it because that's what they used to do with these for player issued stuff, is put their number in it. But this is definitely vintage. You can tell by the label. The label's half coming off, but yeah. This is really, really neat. It says designed and tailored exclusively for the Green Bay Packers National Football Conference. So that means it's before the merger of NFC and the NFL and AFL. I can't remember what year they merged, but it was like Super Bowl III or something. So 69, I think, 1969. So this would be pre-1969 because this was pre-merger. because the way they worded that, National Football Conference. I don't know. I may be wrong. I may be just blowing smoke out my wazoo. But by Medalists, Sand Kit, size 42, made in USA, Berlin, Wisconsin. And like I said, it has the number 8 stitched in it. If this is player issue, I don't know. It could be really, really good. But it's in really good condition. I was really, really shocked when I found this. I mean, of course, the Packers logo has a little crackling and crazing, but it's, you know, like 50 years old. The zipper works great. Pockets are fine. I mean, I'm just amazed at the stuff I find sometimes, and that's one of them. Just like, I can't believe I found that. So, yeah. My wife picked up this brand new with the tag scarf. This is a Bob Falcone, or I don't know. I don't know much about this, but she picked it up. I trust her. She only paid like $3 for this. Got 25% off. So, and it kind of has books on it, like really big famous books printed on it. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, got this Snowcat Thunder Tube. This is brand new in the box. Item number 7520, and paid just like $2 for this. Obviously not the right season for this, but this vintage stuff sells really well. And it says the inflatable tube for all seasons. So maybe I will list this up, even though it's by Snowcat. It has a picture back here of kids on the river in the tube. So yeah, pretty neat. For $2, brand new, can't go wrong. Hey Glenn, Swamp Picker, what's up, man? Karen says the postcard postage, the postmark says Island Heritage. That's all. That's pretty cool. I didn't know what it would say. Like I said, we dropped it off at some army camp, actually, and their little, you know, it was a regular USPS box, but we just dropped them in the box. And we're like, they'll get there. I sent one to Andy, the Parrothead Picker. I know he got his, so yeah, that was really cool. I was going to send one to John, the Cincinnati Picker, but I didn't have his address. I thought John was because basically I used the, you know, I have my patrons' addresses, but I basically, if people registered for the auction, I have their address. But John, I thought John was registered for the auction, but I don't guess he is. I couldn't find his address. So, John, if you're out there, if you watch this, I was going to send you a postcard. I was thinking, but didn't have your address. So yeah, I sent one to obviously all my patrons. I sent one to Scott, the Bearded Picker, because he has his address just on his YouTube page, just like I do, my P.O. box. And Andy, the Parrothead Picker. And I was going to send one to Justin as well, but didn't have his address. I know he lives in, you know, Richmond or Chesterfield or whatever, but yeah, didn't have his address. So yeah. Johnny B's, what's up, man? Yep, I just got back from Cali. I was in LA and San Diego, had a good time. Well, there, you know, sandwiched Hawaii in between those, but yeah, I heard about all that rain down there, you know, because of my, you know, my family lives in Arkansas, a bunch of rain down there. Okay, so we got a few more things. This is just a basic Microsoft Wheel optical mouse, brand new in the box. I sell these quite all the time. This one is sealed. The box is a little bit shelf worn, but it has this factory seal on it. And this was only about $5. You know, crushed a little bit there, but there's some listed, you know, comps for $50 or something like that. But being this one, the box is crushed, probably $30 or $40. But yeah, I should stop giving comps because people get on my case about it. You know what? Whatever's. These are some. These aren't new, but it has a blank note on them. These are zip discs. 250 megabyte zip discs. There's 5 of them in there. I have one of these zip disk drives, and I'm going to combine that zip disk drive with these. And when you combine the blank media with the drive itself, it sells for about $50 or $60. So keep an eye out for the old school zip discs. You know, everybody knows about the floppy disks, both the 3.5 and the 5 and whatever. You know, the old school floppy disks, but yeah, zip discs as well. So yeah, I only gave $1 and change. Well, actually, green and orange are half off, so only $1 for these. No brainer. Oh, I'm out of space. That's why I need to do another auction. I need to clear out some space. We got a new with tags Nike polo shirt, green and orange, half off, so $3 plus another 25% off, so $2 and change for this. So actually, those zip discs were like 75 cents because I got another 25% off. But this is new with tags Nike polo shirt. It has Unisys, and that's a big tech company. Yeah, this will sell for $25 or $30. Buy those branded polos all the time, sell them all the time. A couple of vintage high-waisted ladies shorts. My wife found these in the women's section. These are vintage, the New York clothing company, and gave about $4 each for these. But there's a purple pair and a red pair. They're the same size, so I don't know if I'll lot these up or have them separate or what. But no comps, of course. Vintage clothing, no comps. But it's okay. Okay, what you guys saying? I got one more bag of stuff. Tommy Bernard, what's up, man? I would have sent you a postcard too, but I didn't have your address. I should have had your address in the auction stuff. I don't know. Sorry, man. But we were chatting on social media because Tommy agrees with me about Honolulu and Oahu. Too many people. So yeah. What's up, Boondock Buy and Sell? Thank you for popping in. We appreciate it. Tommy, you cray. Tommy's crazy. Oh my gosh. I got myself a pair of jeans. I look for these all the time because I love these jeans, these 541 Levi's. And actually, I've lost a lot of weight, and the vacation didn't help with that because the only time I eat sweets basically is if I'm on vacation and Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving I got to have some pumpkin pie and pecan pie. It's just, yeah, have to. So on vacation I ate a lot of sweets. And I'm going to do another video talking about all the stuff we did and bought and souvenirs and stuff on vacation. But so I probably gained weight, but I'll lose it back. It's just a matter of time. But I'm basically in between a 36 and a 38 waist right now. And I was floored when I found these. These are a 37, 34. My size, Levi's, 541, which is exactly what I like. And I only gave green and orange were half off. $5. Actually, less than that because 25% off of $5. So $4. I love buying myself $4 jeans. Who doesn't like $4 jeans? I love $4 jeans. And I like those jeans because they just fit me right. I've tried all the different brands, Lucky and Levi and lots of them. I've tried a lot of different brands, Buffalo and Silver and all kinds of stuff. But these Levi's 541 fit me like perfectly. So, yeah. Oh, thanks, Tommy. Yeah, that's what I've thought about eBay too. I'm like, man, I'm on vacation. I'm not working. I'm not. I could have did videos. I could have did a lot of stuff, but I'm like, I took my GoPro. I did that one video that one morning from the balcony just because my wife was still in bed that morning. And I was like, I'll do like a 5-minute video, and that's all I'm doing because I'm not working. It's vacation. I'm not thinking about work. But anyway, Mo got an infant CPR doll at auction for $9, composite 75. That's awesome, man. I really miss the auctions around Missouri. I really do because I cleaned up. Tommy says, did you go to the shrimp trucks on the North Shores? Man, I went by there and the lines were so flipping long. I mean, there was probably 50 people in line for the shrimp trucks on the North Shore. It was nuts. So no, I didn't get any. We did go to the Dole Plantation. The Dole Plantation was cool. Lots of people really like the garden, the maze. The maze is good for kids, but we didn't do the little train thing just because, again, lines were so long. But man, the Dole Whip at the Dole Plantation was awesome. Basically, if no one's had a Dole Whip or don't know what it is, a Dole Whip is basically a pineapple soft serve ice cream, and it is fantastic. I love pineapple. Yeah, so the Hawaii is great for me because I love pineapple. Oh man, that's awesome, Tommy. Yeah, they absolutely move fast. Yeah. That's why it's hard for me to find, especially my size. You know, like I said, I'm kind of that in between. Before I left for vacation, I could definitely wear the 36s, but now I'm back in the 38s because I'm ate all that sugar on vacation. But it'll take a couple weeks, and I'll be back down to the 36s, and these 37s will be fine as well. You know, wear a belt, cinch them up. My end goal is to get back down to the 34, which is what I was in the past. But yeah, we'll see. Johnny B's have two vintage 2XL shirts, seen sold comps for 30. Those were smaller sizes that sold. Do I charge extra? I would. $5 or $10 more. Absolutely. Yep. And that was for the shrimp truck. Yeah, there's no, I wasn't going to stand there for shrimp. I love shrimp, but I'm not. Yeah, the line was nuts. If people don't know about, the Dole plantation, they still are an active plantation, but all their pineapples that they grow at the Dole plantation in Hawaii stay on Hawaii. Oh, I mean, yeah, Karen, whatever you need, Karen. You're a patron. You didn't, yeah, I appreciate the super chat, but yeah, whatever. All the pineapples that are grown on the Dole plantation stay on Hawaii. All the pineapples we eat in the mainland U.S. come from Asia, like Indonesia, Thailand, and that kind of stuff. So, you want real Hawaii pineapple, you got to go to Hawaii, and it is fantastic. The thing about I miss a lot of things about eating sweets, but I love French toasts, and I ate at a place called, and I'll cover more of this when I go in more in depth, but we ate at a place. We ate breakfast at a place called Goofy's in Honolulu, and they had the best French toast I think I've ever had in my life because they had fresh fruit, fresh pineapple, and they had Hawaiian honey, on this French toast, and it was just so good. But back to real life. Oh, that's awesome, Craig. Yeah, a lot of on the Big Island, a lot of coffee plantations as well. And we brought back some Kona coffee. Kona coffee is really good. It's expensive, but it's good. Absolutely, Kelly. I love fresh pineapple, even though it has that enzyme that'll break down the inside of your mouth. I still love it. Like my throat will get a little scratchy from that enzyme, but I love pineapple. Just don't eat too much of it. Tommy, I don't follow Levi's that much, but people are listing the White Oak, if I'm even remembering the name right. Selvage. Yeah, I haven't followed that one either, Tommy, so we'll have to research that and figure that one out. So, Karen, thank you for the super chat, Karen. If you want to just email me, that's fine. Whatever you need, we'll help you out. Cody, last I know, they were rotating. Lonnie and Justin and John are still doing a morning show at 10 o'clock. The last I knew, but if one of them's out of town, I don't think they do it. So, and I think John was on vacation. He was like down in Florida at Disney or Harry Potter or Universal or whatever. So I don't know if they've been doing it or not. I just got back myself on Saturday. So yeah, but they are doing morning shows, but I just don't know if they're doing it right now. And they usually do them from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, absolutely, Johnny. No problem. No problem. There you go, Kelly. Kelly, yeah, I nailed it. John's on vacation, so they'll start back up. Yep. Just like they went on, when Justin was in Germany, they were on hiatus, and yeah, so they'll start back up again. Well, that's awesome, Craig. So yeah, when we're done here, I will wrap it up, Craig, before 10, and everybody head on over to Craig channels. We'll wrap it up right at 5 or 10 minutes before 10. So I knew John was in Florida, but yeah. So yeah. Okay, so we got a few more things here. I didn't even inventory these in the store, but I got two, and people know about these two cranium caboos at the same store, and these are only about $2 each. So even if they're not there, I can still use them for parts. And I know there's some parts I can hear the balls and some. Hopefully the keys are in both of them. But man, this one store I've always find the cranium caribous at. It's crazy. So yeah, I'll be delving into those and seeing what's there. I got another one that has parts and pieces, so we'll be piecing hopefully one or two of those together. I got this. I sell a lot of Marine Corps marathon stuff. I was in the Marine Corps, but I'm never going to run a marathon. That's for daggum sure. But this 2008 Marine Corps Marathon windbreaker jacket by Brooks. Brooks is a really good brand of shoe and stuff, but they also make athletic equipment. This was half off, so $4, actually 25% less than that, so $3 and change. It's really neat. It has the Eagle Globe and anchor on its back shoulder. And the shirts do well themselves, you know, $15-20, but the jacket, you know, I'm hoping does even better. So that's really nice. It's the first time I found one of those. Got this new with the tags Puma shirt, $4 or so, 50 plus 25% off. Yeah, Puma's kind of coming back because I think like Jay-Z's involved with it or something. But this is pretty neat. It says "Watch My Rear" on it. Long sleeve shirt, new with the tags. So yeah, that's $25 or so. Yeah, I don't know exactly. Like I said, I didn't comp it. Just got it and kept them going. I bought myself, I've been looking for one of these for a while for the right price. I bought myself a boot dryer because when I'm out in the creek, my boots get all wet. So yeah, got myself a Pete boot dryer for $2. It was about $2, 50% off plus. And that's the right price. $2. Yeah, sold. I'm cheap. I'm cheap because I save up to go on vacation. Oh yeah, they did that that garage sale that Kelly talked about that. Yeah. Brian, that's funny. Sorry, I'm reading comments. Karen has a very expensive item on eBay. I got emailed this morning wanting more information and pictures of the model number. I am just now getting ready to take the pictures when I get an offer. Huh. Well, I mean, I would look at, I would go ahead and send him the pictures. You know, he may have just been anxious. You know, he may want it, but go ahead and send him the pictures and check his feedback. Check the feedback he's left for others. You can do that if you click on the feedback. You can see his feedback on. There's a tab there that says feedback left for others. Check that. And yeah, I can understand being wary on an expensive item. But if it's an offer, you know, after you send the pictures, you know, you can also message him, said, I see you sent the offer. Did you get the pictures? Is this still something you want? And he says, yeah, I want to go ahead with it. And if it's an offer you want to accept, go ahead and accept it. But if it's expensive, absolutely do signature confirmation. It costs you like $2 or whatever, $3. But yeah, if you're wary at all, I just do signature confirmation on expensive items as a matter of course, you know. So oh, from a different buyer. Oh, hey, if you like the offer, take it. You know, there's no loyalty. There's no, if the other person's dragging their feet and wants more info, if somebody else sent you an offer, take it. Take it and sell it. Take the money, cash in hand, you know, absolutely. I got an interesting one. We got a few minutes. That's true, Brian. If you send the pictures, he may fit in full price, but you know, it's like bird in the hand, you know, that whole, you know, it's all really up to you. Some people, because an offer is pretty much guaranteed, and that guy you may send the pictures to, you may go, I don't really care. You know, it's not really what I thought. It's not this, whatever. But yeah, so it's really up to you. But if the offer is good to you, then yeah, like I said, money in the hand. You know, so there you go. Brian says 48 hours. Yep. There you go. See, Brian wants to play the game. Yep. It's all part of it. It's all a little bit of gamesmanship, you know. So Kelly thinks thrifty. Yep. Yeah. Not cheap, just thrifty. Yep. That's what we all are, right? We're not cheap. We're thrifty. Like my jeans. I do buy new jeans, but when I find them in the thrift store, I don't pay retail. I like $4 jeans. So yeah, I hope that didn't confuse you, Karen, but you have a couple options. Essentially, you can get back to the guy with the pictures and just like Brian said, you said, you know, I have an offer, and if you know you want to buy it, you better jump on it because I'm going to accept this offer pretty soon. Or you can just take the other offer and not mess with it. Because the other thing you can think about, a lot of times people asking for more detail, they may just be asking for more detail, but sometimes they're really, really picky, and they may, you know, the more detail they ask for, the more a pain in the butt they can be sometimes. That's not all the time. That's just sometimes, you know. So it's really up to you. But yeah, whether you want to take the money and run or play the game. I hope that helped, and I appreciate the super chat. And Karen's also a patron, so yeah, awesome all around. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Craig, tire kickers aren't fun to deal with, especially when they don't buy. Yep. So the interesting one, I had an item sold basically our first day or two on vacation, an expensive item like 200 plus. And of course, I had my store set up vacation mode with the handling time out like 14 or 15 days. And he didn't bug me about it. He bought it, paid, and it just sat there. But it sold literally like our first day on vacation, 240 plus shipping or whatever. And I boxed it up on Sunday, printed out the label, gave it to my mailman yesterday morning because he runs at about 11 o'clock. Joe, a great guy. Ooh, take. And about an hour after it's scanned in, because Joe right there, he scans everything in. He's good about scanning. A lot of these workers aren't, but he's good about scanning stuff. It's scanned in. I did signature confirmation because I do that with big dollar items, just like I talked about. About an hour or two after he scanned it in, I get a PayPal case for it, unauthorized transaction. Buyer said somebody, whatever. We've all dealt with that. So, I mean, it has signature confirmation on it, so I'm probably covered anyway. PayPal seller protection, but God, I hate scammers. So what did I do? I hope it works, but USPS has a package diversion system where I can have the package diverted back to me. It costs money. It costs like $14, but I'm like, this is a $240 item. I don't want to let this scammer get away with it, so I paid for that. And I'll let you know how it turns out because this all happened yesterday. So we'll see. If I get the package back, it's all free and clear, and we'll see how the PayPal case turns out because I did ship the item. But yeah, I just hate scammers. It's a low feedback account, 3 or 4 feedback. Yeah, it's probably just a scammer. What's weird is the item he bought, it was one of those Sony under the counter drop down TV things. I'm like, who scams over an old electronic? But yeah, takes all kinds, right? You never can tell. Never can tell. So hopefully, if I need to ask my mailman for it, I hate to do that, but like, Joe, give me your cell phone number. Like, but he had already scanned it in, so he can't technically give it back to me. But he probably would have if he hadn't scanned it in. But we'll see if that package intercept works and gets back to me. Let me see here. Kelly got a bunch of jeans in my size for $1 a piece at a church. Oh, that's awesome. It's a good feeling, isn't it, Kelly? Like you're getting like several $100s worth of jeans for, $5-10. I love that. Love that feeling. That's a way to mow through them, Mo. The pun there, mow through them, Mo. Okay, Craig. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, like I said, 10 a.m. I'll get off here in about 10 minutes or so, and everybody head on over to Craig's channel. Oh, we understand that, Karen. Yeah, everybody wants. I mean, you want to do right by your buyers, and I understand that. But yeah, get back to the one that messaged you and tell him you have another. Just like Brian talked about, send him the pictures he wants. Tell him you have another offer, and if he wants to buy it, he should jump on it. If it's really expensive, I still highly recommend signature confirmation though. So yeah, Cody, they do. It's just crazy what I've been attempted scams over. So. Oh no, that's all right, Craig. I mean, I was only going go about an hour anyway because that's people get enough of you. I think. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all on my list. I covered everything. If anybody has any other questions or yeah, the haul, like I said, it wasn't super duper, but it was okay. My wife at the second store, she was like, "Man, we haven't been gone. We've been gone for." We haven't thrifted basically for 3 weeks, and the thrifting stinks. Like, yeah, it's hit and miss. It doesn't matter when or where, but It's not like I need a lot of stuff anyway. I got more than enough back stock to unproductive capital setting in my garage that I need to get through. So, yeah. Okay. So I think I'm going to do a whole separate video about this, but actually I'm going to wait. I'm going to do a whole separate video about a topic, and I'm going to see if a couple people want to join in and talk about it. So, yeah, I got something that I want to talk about. It's amazing what vacation can clear your mind, because I'll be here like in the doldrums, listing and stuff, and I can't think of a topic, do this and that. And when I was on vacation, I'm like, oh, I should do something like this. I should do that. So, yeah, it's all about clearing your head, getting all that junk out of it. Oh yeah, the flights are actually really good, Craig. Yeah, really good. Hey, Denise, welcome. How's it going? Hope everything is well in Minnesota. So yeah, unfortunately, Denise, we're about to wrap it up in the next 5 minutes or so. So go back and watch. Oh gosh, but the vacation was good. The flights were good. Yep. I'll talk, and I'll probably do, like I said, I'm going to do a separate video about more in detail about the vacation and what we liked, what we didn't like, how I pulled this vacation off, how I credit card churned, like, because my credit card points paid for most of this vacation, and most of those credit card points came from paying for, eBay shipping, eBay fees, and all that stuff. What credit cards I use, what credit cards I churn. So, yeah. Hey, Rosa. Oh, I understand a little bit of that. It doesn't look good. Let me let me translate that real quick. Oh, Hobbs wants to say hello again. Oh my goodness. Hobbs is wanting to clean my arm. I'm sorry, on my vacation I didn't fast at all. I just lived like a normal person, but as soon as I got back I started fasting again. And yeah, I'm super hungry. Whoops, I need to switch that. Whoops. I'm just a mess. Anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, go over to Denise. Surprisingly, yes. I probably sold about 40 things, and my sold video that I'll do this week is going to be all the things I sold while on vacation. It's going to be a big one. So, because there was it was high 30s, 40 or so between all accounts and everything. So, surprisingly, yeah, surprising sales were pretty good. I wasn't expecting much because I didn't mess with anything. I didn't tinker with anything. I didn't edit. I just set it on vacation mode, put my handling time out, and left it alone. So, yeah. Oh man, that's crazy, Tommy. Yeah, Hawaiian Air seemed like pretty, because we flew Delta from DC to LA and from LA to Honolulu, but to switch islands from Honolulu to the Big Island over to Hilo, we flew Hawaiian. Yeah, it was a pretty plain Jane, stripped down airline. Delta was fantastic. So yeah, I get that, man. That'd have been a long flight without Wi-Fi. Hopefully they had at least the screen in the seat or something. Because man, that'd be a long time. Oh, that's funny, Mo, because that happens to my sister-in-law lives in Kansas City, and that happens to her almost every year. Birds nest in her grill. So yeah, maybe Tommy. Yeah, it's crazy. Because I totally expected only to sell, on average maybe one item a day, and it turned out to average uh, over three a day. I was really surprised. Really, really surprised. So there you go, Cassini. Take that, sucker. But anyway, I guess I'll wrap it up. But thanks, guys. Thanks, Karen, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Hope we helped you out with your dilemma. And yeah, I'll do a what sold video later this week. I got to get to work. So much stuff to do. But yeah, you guys head over in about 10 minutes to Land Shark Picker's channel. He's going live. So yeah, thanks to everyone that popped in, participated. We appreciate that. You guys are awesome. We will see you guys later. Thanks. Hobbs says goodbye too.